Matt's getting the can. We're going to go to the gas station to get some gas. You see a little skiff of snow back there in the back of the truck, but not much. We're going to go get some fuel, and we're also going to go try to get some of the first things we're going to need for Matt's shed. So we're going to make a trip to town for that, and I might convince Matt to go to Adams to see if they've got any hot dogs. We'll see if I can convince him of that or not. I'm sure I can, though, as much as he likes them. Matt's got this little, I don't know what it's called. I'll get him to explain it, but you can see he's tightening it. It's like a bar that goes across the back of the truck bed and then holds whatever you've got there in place to keep it from rolling around as you drive down the road. Matt really likes it. He had it in his other truck too. Finally on the road. I had to make Matt go back home and let me run in and get my mail in. I didn't want to go back out to the post office this evening, so by the time we come back home it'll probably be open and be able to drop off what we needed to. How cold was it this morning, Matt?
About 18.
18 degrees. Oosh.
It's supposed to be much colder than that in the morning.
What do you call that thing in the back of the truck that you use to hold stuff in place?
I don't know exactly what it's called. It's like a cargo lock type of thing. So you can put it anywhere in the bed you want. It's adjustable. And, you know, according to what you're hauling, it just keeps it from sliding around. I've had it for years.
It works really good.
Yeah, it does pretty good. I mean, the truck beds, the way they are now, they're so slick that everything you haul slides everywhere. And you can put a rubber mat or something in the bottom of it, but then they hold moisture and trash and stuff, and it's just can't win either way, I don't guess. So I just bought the cargo lock, and it seems to work pretty good.
Always seems warmer down in the settlement, don't it?
It does, a little bit of sunshine.
What is it, a smoker?
Wood pellet smoker. Don't know nothing about them, I'm just kind of interested in looking at it. Possibly if we had an auger, drill a hole in the ground and put them in there and concrete them. But I don't know for sure what I'm going to do just yet. 604, that'll be plenty.
Expensive.
Well, for what they are, it's too long. Half inch by 2 foot. I don't want half inch, I'm going to have 3/8, but we'll see. Now we're talking. Yeah. 3/8 by 2 foot. I don't know what a bundle of them is. I don't need near that many, but
Might be cheaper than,
I can always use them later for something.
yeah. This is what Matt will need for the footings, but we're not going to get it today.
No, I'm gonna get the holes dug probably before I buy them, so I know how exactly how, or what I think's exactly how much to get. Maybe I'll do it that way. I don't know. I just know I ain't getting it today because the ground's frozen. I ain't digging today. door for you, dear.
Thank you. Well, at least we made a step towards the shed.
Yeah.
And Matt looked at some stuff and got more stuff to study on.
Basically what I'm doing is stalling for warmer days. Now, deer season's over. I can sit in the cold and deer hunt, but I can't work in it.
Oh, is that right?
Well, I always have worked in it, but it's a little harder now because I know I don't exactly have to.
You don't have a boss man telling you to.
Well,
you might have a boss woman telling you to.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. But once again, I'm stalling, and I've got good excuses for stalling because I need you to help me, and I don't want you to get cold.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually
You're really
looking out for you.
trying to protect me from the cold, right?
That's exactly what's happening.
We succeeded. They had hot dogs.
We're gonna have them for supper?
No, not tonight, but tomorrow night maybe. I know. I've already got something for tonight.
Okay.
And I don't have no hot dog buns.
Well,
so, but something for us to look forward to.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Anticipation.
It's the best hot dogs it's ever been.
Oh, I know. I agree. So, really, really nice people. We're always happy to go visit with them for a little bit at Adams and always enjoy it. So now we got one more stop at the post office and then we got to go home, which is good.
Yeah, go home, put a log on the fire.
Is that snow up on the mountain?
That looks like...
Or just frozen fog?
Yep.
Frozen fog?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm hoping we get some snow. Everybody keeps telling me we're going to. We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't like to get my hopes up and then it not happen. But you think we might get some snow?
Yeah, I think we will. I don't know how much, but we're going to get something.
Flurries. Not really enough to even call a skiff though. The cold weather's been nice to makes you want to cozy up to the wood stove. Of course, we're thankful Matt ain't having to work in it like he said this year. Feel sorry for people who aren't out in it. It's not fun for them. You quit. I thought you was actually doing something over there instead of being silly. Would you quit? I thought you were actually I thought you was actually doing something instead of just being silly. It's cold out here.
Yeah, you picked the coldest day of the year.
No.
Get started. The ground's so hard.
Got your shovel and your picks.
No, the ground's so hard you couldn't break it.
Well, we made it home and we couldn't resist. We went in and had a hot dog and wasn't it so good?
Yeah, I want to take a nap now.
We just ate it on light bread, but it was so good. best hot dogs ever from Adams Market there. They're just wonderful. Wonderful. They don't always have them, but they had them today, and I think as fast as they make them, they sell out.
Yeah, they do. They can't keep them quick enough. I don't know what they do different, but they are the very best hot dogs
so good.
that I have ever bitten into.
So good. And they're really big, so like I just made 2, and I like to do my hot dogs in the oven. I roast them or broil them in the oven. It's the way we like them, kind of roasted, I guess, but I use the broil feature. But for me and Katie, I just cut it in half, and that's plenty for both of us. I ate a whole one, but yeah, they're really, really good. So this big area behind us is where Matt's gonna put the shed, but just not on the coldest day of the year.
No, I hope not anyway.
So you got a few things. We didn't get a lot of stuff, but mostly you just kind of wanted to see what they've got.
Yeah, well, I wanted to price stuff and see what was available since all the storm damage and stuff back in September. You know, a lot of the materials may not be available because a lot of it's going there, and that's fine. I just wanted to see what they had and kind of get an idea of what it's going to cost, because that might steer me another direction to try to find something different, or do it a different way. So all we picked up this morning was just some little rebar stakes and a big roll of string where I can kind of map out the footprint of this thing and kind of get it squared up to where I can mark where I'm going to dig my little pier holes and pour concrete in them for the poles. It's just going to be kind of a pole shed type of thing, nothing fancy. If I can remember this stuff. It's been a while.
Oh, you'll be able to remember it, of course. Of course you will be able to.
Yeah, but that's all we got today, so.
It's the first step, though. I mean, I guess the first step was Matt cleaning out this area, getting rid of some junk, and then moving the wood and just straightening up.
One thing I did not get that I wished I had is some marker paint, so that when I do get everything strung up and squared up and know that's where it's going to sit, then I could use the paint to mark the little foundation holes that I'm going to dig. I don't know, it's pretty hard. I don't know how digging that's going to go. We may end up getting an auger or something for that tractor to do that. If that's in the budget.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, though. I like to see you dig.
You do?
I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing.
Well, that makes one of us, because I don't like to see me dig.
I'm just teasing.
I've done lots of digging.
I know you have. I'm just teasing.
I like to dig in the garden.
Actually, it was me this morning saying, "Are you sure you can't get a machine to do that?" If you remember, and you were the one saying, "I think I'm just going to dig them by hand." So,
well,
we'll see when you get to that point.
What I may do is, if we end up getting an auger or something, we can use that auger
for all kinds of things.
But I might get the little cardboard tubes, and pour the concrete into in the ground. They're like a little tube foundation, or little forms that you can pour concrete into, and they're inexpensive. You can actually buy, I don't know, you could buy a couple of them and then just cut sections out of them, whatever depth I'm going to put these things. And they're not going to be very deep, because this place is a rock pile.
Yeah. And you're just doing, like you said, a simple shed roof.
Just a little pole shed, and I'm going to enclose it. I may enclose it with some of that tin, the same stuff I'm going to roof it with that come off our house. I may just wrap it in that. I mean, that'd be a use for that stuff. And
it's not going to keep it warm or anything like that, but it would just help keep the moisture off of whatever's inside.
Right, I just want to get the tractor and a log splitter and the four-wheeler and all that junk in the dry.
Yeah, and hopefully have a little bit of room for some wood.
I ain't sure about that just yet. I know I'm going to put the tin on the roof, but I might possibly do the sides and plywood maybe. Years ago when we built the house, our well is going to be right behind where the shed is. When we dug the ditch for the water pipe and the power for the well, I laid an extra power line in there, just in case we ever did something like this. So it's right there at the well, and the other end of it's in the box in there, so could have lights or just have one circuit in it, probably a light or two, and maybe a couple of receptacles, and that way I'd be able to run tools and stuff out here in it. So that's been in the ground for almost 30 years.
Well, that's planning ahead.
Finally paid off when I got old.
Just took you a long time to get there.
Yeah.
I can't even believe you remembered it's there.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I wouldn't have, for sure, and I wouldn't have thought to put it there either.
There's also another one. It's totally off subject, but there's another one like that laying in the attic. And I don't remember what that one's for, but I remember it's there. Because there is a switch that's in our hallway, in our foyer.
That don't do anything.
That don't do anything,
Yeah.
and it powers that, and I don't remember if we was going to do some kind of, maybe an attic exhaust fan or something at that time.
Probably.
But-
that Daddy would have suggested that.
But it just runs up there into a box, and it's just wire nutted off. But anyway, that ain't got nothing to do with this.
Wow. Well, at least we made one, what do you call it, step in that direction or
Made
whatever.
one little stab at
One
it,
little
as Pap
stab
would
at
say.
it. Yeah, yeah. But every little bit helps. Every little bit counts.
It does.
So we hope that you enjoyed coming along with us on our little trip to town and seeing where this is the first view kind of where the shed will be. We're always glad when you stop by to help us celebrate Appalachia, and now I'm ready to go sit by the wood stove.
Yeah, it's cold.
And of course I'm hoping for a big snow. We'll see if I get it or not, but
It's
I'm
coming.
hoping. I hope it's enough that I'm going to go right down that road right there on a sled.
I'll stand up here and watch it.
But to do that, it has to be like 6 or 8 inches, but good 8 inches, because if not, you just quickly go down to the gravel and you're not sledding. So it'd have to be a really big snow for that. But maybe it'll be enough snow I can at least sled down the hill in Granny's yard. Maybe for that. And if we get to sled, Matt'll video me. He says straight to the ER. He'll follow the hole.
I may hang a GoPro on you so we can get some close-up action of the horrific injuries.